You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, we knew the news would continue to come out of the Durham, North Carolina Team USA training camp that's going on right now. The return of Caitlyn Clark, sort of a WNBA all-star kind of gathering out there. Sue Bird is the managing director. We're getting some other things. The video I did earlier, Caitlyn Clark talked about how important it was for the league and the players to come together and try to come up with a CBA for she said, the fans wants to watch us play basketball. We got a little bit more footage of her on the court, but we're going to start with off-season basketball, right? Now, we already know that Caitlyn Clark is not going to Project B as of right now. She is not going, all right? This is the first time she's actually addressed out of her own mouth Project B. Okay? So this is interesting because, yeah, she says, I'm going to play in the WNBA. Full stop. But she fully recognizes the benefit of there being another league. All right? Now, I've contended, does Caitlyn Clark need to go play over there? Nope, she doesn't. But I've had fans reach out to me and voice this as well. The reason a lot of her fans would like to see her go over there, not just to be able to have another avenue to watch her play, but a lot of her fans want to go because they believe it would be a shockwave moment for the WNBA, the players and the league, leadership in the league, all across, Kathy, Adam, the Indiana Fever, boom. It would send a jaunting message from her to them. Hey, I can go play somewhere else. And a lot of us, I know a lot of my fellow creators, I know a lot of fans feel like the league and the players in the league don't respect Caitlyn Clark. It would get a lot of attention. All right, a lot of attention. And maybe, hey, Asia Wilson has got that special whistle. What would it look like if they actually gave Caitlyn Clark a special whistle when you considering how they foul her all the time? I'm just pointing that out, right? So, Caitlyn Clark come out, made some comments about Project B.
Have you been approached by the Project B League at all? And do you have plans to take part in it? And if not, what do you think of it more broadly?
Yeah, I mean, I plan to play in the WNBA. Obviously, that's another thing that we need to get done. So we have so we have a season coming up here. But I think more than anything, it showcases what people think of women's basketball. All of these different opportunities, all these different leagues, the platform that they want to give women's basketball, where they think women's basketball is going to continue to grow. I think that's probably the thing that pops into my mind is just that of like people are really believing and putting their money where their mouth is. And that hasn't always been the case for women's basketball, no matter how great it's been over the course of, the last 25, 30 years. And so I think for myself, like that's probably what I'm most proud of is just how, excited and people are to really invest and want to support women's basketball more than anything.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, so she's obviously very aware of the league, and she's not going to play in it as of right now, right? So, but I do think it's interesting hearing her comments all together, right? And the fact that people are willing to invest in the league. She sends another shot at the WNBA about how important it is to get the deal done. Let's be honest. It's good to hear her talk about making sure, hey, we come together and play in the actual WNBA. Right here. Here we go. All right, let's just turn that down. I don't want to get a copyright strike on some music. Man. Effortless passer, just effortless. She just used them guys. I mean, that was easy pickings for her. Kelsey, Plum, way downtown, Caitlyn, boom. She knocking down threes, folks. That's a great thing to see. Caitlyn Clark knocking down threes. That's fantastic. Kara Lawson, the head coach, quote, she's a terrific player, really locked in and focused. I thought she looked good on both ends. I thought that she hadn't missed a beat. Thank God, that sounds like some, positive remarks from a coach. Sue Bird did make some comments out there, but I didn't see where she necessarily talked about Caitlyn. She was talking about just getting in there and seeing everybody, and I may have even brought some of those comments up last night during one of my videos, but this is interesting. It is. I like hearing Caitlyn Clark. Now, I will say this. It's hilarious because when he asked her if Project B contacted her, she was like, of course they've contacted her. Of course. I would suspect she might have been the first player they contacted. I mean, it would have been the first player. If I was starting a league, it would be the first player I would contact. With a jaw-dropping offer of some kind. Especially with the investors in that. I mean, Novak and Steve Young, they're not dumb. They know that. Now, some people have been like, well, the league won't make it without her. Well, they're going to be an international league, okay? So it's I've said this, the fire for international basketball, I mean, they put in real crowds. I went and looked at some of the attendance figures a while back, last week sometime, for international women's basketball. It's like, 7,500 to 11 or 12 or 13,000 in some of these arenas, and that's like full arenas. So they draw real attendance. We're not talking about unrivaled and 800 people and that kind of thing, Now, they're not dumb. If Caitlyn Clark was involved, they could put 25, 30 in a place, I don't know, like Japan or China. They might put 50,000 in to see Caitlyn Clark. No kidding. Like I've said, would they consider a Lucas Oil? I mean, I'm just, I don't know. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.